And Catherine, Princess of Wales, has shocked the world with the bombshell announcement that she is battling cancer.
The news comes after months of mystery that gave rise to conspiracy theories about her condition. In a recorded message, Catherine said the diagnosis came as a shock to her and that the past 2 months have been incredibly difficult for her entire family.
We have live team coverage of this developing story. Sandra Mitchell is gathering reaction to the story. But first, we go to Rachel Menitoff in the KTLA News Center with more on Catherine's announcement. Rachel.
Micah, the announcement sparked an outpouring of support from the royal family, the UK Parliament, and of course concerned citizens. Obviously, Kate Middleton has been under intense scrutiny the past few months. Many have been speculating about her health and her well-being, and we're getting some clarity about what she's been going through.
This, of course, came as a huge shock.
From her home in Windsor, Princess Kate Middleton recorded a message to the world explaining exactly why she's been absent from the public eye.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present.
Princess Kate reveals her cancer diagnosis, although she doesn't say what form or what stage of cancer it is. She's now undergoing preventative chemotherapy and is in the early stages of treatment.
Based on the histology and based on the tissue, cancer cells were found.
Dr. Sidney Stoll is a medical oncologist at Dignity Health Northridge Hospital. He says sometimes during or after a surgery, doctors do detect abnormalities.
There are people and patients like herself who will need chemotherapy. We call this adjuvant chemotherapy, and that means chemotherapy after surgery. And that is to kill off any sort of tiny cancer cells that we don't necessarily see on imaging or CT scans.
King Charles, through a spokesperson, said he is so proud of the Princess of Wales' courage in speaking as she did. He, too, is undergoing cancer treatment. The King and Princess of Wales were both in the hospital at the same time in January and have reportedly remained in close contact. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak also praised Middleton for her bravery and released this statement reading in part, "In recent weeks, she's been subjected to intense scrutiny and has been unfairly treated by certain sections of the media. When it comes to matters of health, like everyone else, she must be afforded the privacy to focus on her treatment and be with her loving family." Wild rumors and conspiracy theories have been swirling and were only made worse after the royals released a Mother's Day photo found to be digitally altered. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has since apologized for the faux pas and is asking for time, space, and privacy.
My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able.
And Kate will return to her royal duties when she's cleared by her medical team. The exact type of treatment she's receiving and the timeline for her return isn't crystal clear, though. Micah, back to you.
Rachel, thank you. Princess Kate's announcement sparked an outpouring of support from around the world.
Fans of the royal family are shocked and saddened by the news. KTLA Sandra Mitchell visited an English tea shop in Pasadena to get local reaction to the announcement.
We are just outside the Rose Tree Cottage. People come from all over the world to have afternoon tea here. And walking inside is like walking into a British museum. And today they are just heartbroken about their beloved Kate.
The tea's brewing for you right now.
At the Rose Tree Cottage Tea Room in Pasadena, where they serve tea and celebrate all things royal, there is sadness today.
I was staggered.
Owner Edmund Fry is from London, a devoted fan of the royal family.
It was very sad to hear. I was shocked, completely shocked.
Fry reacting to the announcement from the Princess of Wales that she has cancer.
I am well and getting stronger every day.
Fry says his customers have been calling to talk about the diagnosis, which came after Kate underwent abdominal surgery in January. After weeks of wild speculation, he hopes this will end the increasing rumors about the royal family.
Very relieved to find out that all of these other stories are completely and totally, utterly untrue. But then at the same time, very sad to know that she has this difficult road to tread.
Back in February, after Kate's father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer, Fry sent a get well card to King Charles. Just yesterday, he received a reply from Buckingham Palace.
I think actually it'll bring the family together, which I hope will be totally together, because it's what the country needs, and the sovereign and the royal family are terribly important to the United Kingdom, and we must be united.
Edmund shared with me today that he and his wife are both cancer survivors. He says he was very touched that even during her own illness and treatment, Kate reached out in that public message today to support other cancer patients and survivors. In Pasadena, I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Back to you.
Stay with KTLA 5 News for continuing coverage of Kate Middleton's cancer diagnosis. For the latest anytime, head to KTLA.com or our free KTLA 5 app.